Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steelers podcast. Today, we're going to be going over the Steelers' win against Jacksonville in a very tight game in the preseason. And yeah, here we go. I did not get to start watching the game until the Jaguars' second field goal, so I didn't get to watch any of this. But I did watch the highlights of this part. Wasn't a lot going on basically from what I saw, so not a lot to talk about for this area. There was a couple good throws by Mitch, and there was a couple bad throws. As you see, there's the interception that was reversed. Some good plays by Jacksonville resulted in a missed field goal. There was a punt for the Steelers after a very small no gain, basically. And then this is the first drive I really saw. So when I started off watching, I felt like the Steelers were slow on trying to slow down Trevor Lawrence. Now, one thing I did notice was that we were playing a lot of zone coverage, which NFL QBs will always tear apart zone coverage, and especially somebody like Trevor who is talented. I mean, you're not playing a backup QB yet. You're playing Trevor Lawrence, who's going to be the starter and likely going to be, and was the number one overall pick and was very, very good in college. I'm a big Trevor Lawrence fan. Me and my friend are going to see him when they play the Lions in Detroit. So I'm a big Trevor Lawrence fan, so I wasn't totally surprised. Steelers played a good bend don't break defense this first drive. They did eventually get the stop in the red zone, making the game only 6-0. There was two throws that really looked like it was going to be interceptions. One by Cam Sutton, where Trevor Lawrence just barely threw it over Cam Sutton's hands. I think it was Cam Sutton. Whatever, one of the DBs, and very similar thing the next play. Not next play, but a very similar thing with the next almost the Steelers driving response, Kenny Pickett. It was 3rd and 8. He threw the ball. It was a completed pass, but they took a holding penalty, making it 3rd and 18. And then Kenny wasn't able to finish. Wasn't able to make that play into a first down. Crazy. So the next drive, there was a crazy third down catch by Christian Kirk. I was watching this catch. It's very close, and due to NFL Plus and their stupid setup, I had to listen to the Jaguars broadcast. So they said it was definitely a catch. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like quite a catch, but I'm biased, so say what you want. A few plays later, they're at about the 40 or so. It was 4th and 8. There was a short pass that was tackled for a gain of only 2 and turnover on downs. The next drive, is a 2-minute drill, basically. Steelers had a scoring drive. Pat Freiermuth catch for about 12 or so. Oshlewski pass for a short gain, and then a pass for 11 yards to Benny Snell for the touchdown. And then the extra point was good, making the game 7-6. Now we're on to the second half, and the backups for Jacksonville came out. It was a quick 3-and-out. CJ Beathard, I think was who it was. Beathard, I don't say his name. For Jacksonville came out and started the second half. It was a first down throw. It was almost intercepted. Short run, 3rd and long. Short run by QB, 3-and-out for the Steelers by QB. It was Mason. There were times when because I have a little document that I made while I was watching it. There were times where I didn't know who it was, so I just wrote QB or wide receiver or whoever. This was a terrible. The next drive was terrible. Oh, I guess never mind. I'm looking at the wrong one. That was for Jacksonville. Jacksonville it was their QB who. There was a first down throw that was almost intercepted by the Steelers. There was a short run by Jacksonville. 3rd down and long for Jacksonville, and it was a short run by QB, and it ended up being a 3-and-out for Jacksonville. I mixed up my lines. I skipped the Steelers drive on accident in my document. Anyway, Jags pinned it within the 10-yard line. Mason Rudolph was an idiot and threw the intentional grounding. It was not a good play. It was stupid. It's the exact same thing that happened the year that we. It was very deja vu for when the Duck was in that one year, and it was. We were within winning distance of the Ravens, and he just had a intentional grounding. Not him, Duck had intentional grounding for a safety, and it was stupid. So that made the game 8-7. And yeah, penalties are just killing us this game. We took way too many penalties. But of course, these are depth players, so they're not going to be the best out of the best. But still, it was just we got killed with penalties. Anyway, the following drive, there's an 11-yard run. Then there was a run for no gain. A short pass to Dan Arnold. Trey Jones with a big catch and run for about 15 yards. There was a holding against Jacksonville that we declined because as soon as the flags were thrown, the quarterback kind of ran around. We got him for a loss of 5. Then we made a 3rd and 9, and then we stopped it on 3rd and 9. And it was a 4th down punt. Mason Rudolph sacked for loss of 3, illegal formation, 2nd and 17, 2-yard catch with a 6-yard run after the catch, making an 8-yard play for former Michigan tight end Zach Gentry. Jalen Warren catch for a 1st down, 10-yard gain on jet sweep by Steven Sims, 5-yard catch on sideline by Sims, McFarland run for no gain. Steven Sims catch for 4 yards, 4th and 1. I wrote down when they were deciding what to do, and this was in between quarters. I said they should go for it, and they did. Gunnar Olszewski went for it. He got tackled. He was trying to make the play, and he really put the effort in. Like that was a highlight reel play for Gunnar Olszewski. He's turning out to be a much better player than I expected him to be. But unfortunately, he fumbled, and they recovered it. No, I think Steelers may have recovered it. I don't remember who recovered it, but ultimately it wouldn't have mattered because it was 4th down. So he didn't get the 1st down. That's all that sucks. There was a big pass to Dan Arnold. It appeared there might have been a missed penalty, but that happens. It's also preseason. There was a roughing the passer call that was kind of weak because what happened was there was I think it was number 50, Tuzar Skipper. He jumped to block the pass, trying to block it before CJ Beathard could get it off. And as a result, the momentum that he had went into the quarterback, and they called it roughing the passer, which I think is a weak call. It's not a wrong call because I would think if that happened to my quarterback, I'd want it too. But it wasn't. The Jaguars players were saying that it was. He was thrown to the ground. No, he wasn't. He momentum carried him to the ground. It happens. Anyway, there was a couple more penalties on that drive. It was just not good. It was bad, and they made it. I don't remember if it is. Yeah, this was the one where there was a TD run by CJ Beathard, and so it became 15-7. 15-7. Yeah, 15-7 in favor of the Jaguars. It was a good return by McFarland. Durant made a play. Connor Hayward had a gain of 2, but then there were offsetting penalties, making it 3rd down. 1st down catch by Miles Boykin. Tyler Snead with a catch for 7 yards. Tyler Vaughns with a 1st down. Mason was throwing dots, but I was so scared they were going to take another penalty. Durant with another run, fumble on snap, recovered by Durant with just a beautiful, so basically it was a fumbled handoff, and then he let it bounce and just recovered it, and then took it for 7 yards. So basically it was like nothing happened. Snead with a good catch for a 1st down. Borgie, I think was his name. Somebody else I had never heard of. The Steelers signed. It was a running back, I think. There was an overthrow by Mason in the end zone that looked like it could have been called for pass interference. But I don't hate the no call. I would rather there be no. roughing the passer when unnecessary. So, I mean, no pass interference when it's just both going back and forth, and especially overthrown. Skiba had a field goal for 38 yards. It was good, making the score 15-10. E.J. Perry came in at QB for the Jags. No gain on the run. There was a 2-yard run, making 3rd and 8. Long pass for Tim Jones. There's a 5-yard run by the Jags. And then it looked like they were going to be unstoppable. The game was over. I wasn't saying I was going to turn it off, but I was getting to the point where I was getting frustrated. I was also really tired. So I was getting really annoyed at this point, but you know, I'm just a passionate person. Interception, but interception by the Steelers. I was so excited. It was Justin Lane who had the interception with 3 minutes left. The Jags announcer said, "Oh no," and it was the most satisfying moment of my life. It was so nice because it was like, when you're watching broadcast for the other team, it's so annoying because they celebrate whenever anything goes bad for your team. And it's happened before with watching hockey games because I have ESPN Plus, and I watch all the Penguins hockey games. And it's so frustrating, but then when that happened, it felt so good to hear that. There was a 23-yard completion by Mason to Vaughns. He broke a tackle and made a big run. Same exact play on the other side. Mason hit it. 1st and goal from the 6. Pass broken up, intended for Cody White. It's 2nd and goal. Minor PI, don't hit the no call. Same thing as before. Short pass incomplete. That making a 4th and goal from... No, it wasn't a short pass. It was a run. My bad. It was a run for 4 yards, making it 4th and goal from the 2. 2-minute warning. And once again, I was like, you have basically 2 options now. You can either kick the field goal, making it 13-15, making it a 2-point game. You have to get the stop, which at this point we haven't been doing very well. So I was of the opinion we should just go for it. Well, that's exactly what the Steelers did. They went for it. Mason Rudolph threw the ball perfectly to the flat, and he just tiptoed his way into the end zone, and it was perfect, giving the Steelers the lead 16-15. They went for 2, but they did not get it. Therefore, making it so that if the Jags got a field goal, Jags would win. Lost of 2 yards on 1st down. 2nd down was an incomplete pass. 3rd down was wide open. 1st down at the 42 with a huge hit. The bodies just moved in such a weird way. That was strange. There was an incomplete pass that looked like it might have been a fumble, but it was an incomplete pass. But in real time, it looked like he made the football move to make it a fumble, but he did not. 12-yard completion to 42, short pass to 37, incomplete pass 3rd and 6, and then they were down to crunch time. They had 1 timeout left. They couldn't run another play, making it so that it was a 56-yard field goal. They lined up for all the glory, and he missed it. And I was so happy. I was so happy when he missed it. I could not believe that he missed it. It was insane. I was so happy. It was quite an exciting moment. It was one of the few times in my life that I've rooted for somebody to actually miss a field goal. And usually it's vice versa where I'm rooting for somebody to make a field goal. But this time I was rooting against them making the field goal, and it was quite sweet for them to miss it. And yeah, with that result, the Steelers win 16-15. If we go over to box score and we look at the quarterback play, Mason Rudolph had the best game, but that was because he played the longest, similar to how Kenny Pickett had the best game last time. Kenny Pickett had that beautiful drive after that first only okay drive where he just absolutely destroyed the defense for a while, and there was that touchdown pass to Benny Snell. Mitch Trubisky had an alright game. At this moment, I personally think Kenny Pickett should be the starter. Now, there's a piece of me that struggles because I want him to take time to learn how to be a better starting quarterback, but you're not learning behind somebody like Brett Favre for Aaron Rodgers. You're playing behind Mitch Trubisky, who hasn't started a game in 3 years. So, well, I don't know if 3 years, 2 years, but so I don't know. I think Kenny Pickett might be the starter. Other positions of note. Jalen Warren had another good game in the receiving game. Steven Sims had a good game. Receiving wise, Tyler Vaughn's had a great game. Pat Frymuth had a good game. Gunnar Flesky had a couple big plays. Gunnar Flesky looks like one of the really interesting players for this season. He's going to be one that I really want to note on. TJ Watt had a sack in one of his few snaps played. And that. Not much else to go over. Steelers get the W. Makes me happy. Hopefully they get one more and then they use that momentum to start the season. Yeah, that's about it. If you like what I'm doing, leave a like. If you have any criticism or any comments, or you telling me why the penalties were all fair and why I'm wrong or why I shouldn't be happy or whatever, I don't care. Leave a comment if you're interested. If you share it with people you know. And as always, let's go Steelers.